Let us start where we left. So, we were talking about the DMC algorithm. Okay. Our state definition was y tilde k multi-step prediction. I do not remember if I use ypk plus 1 or ypk, maybe I use ypk, I do not remember, but that. Can someone just look at your notes from last week? YPK. Okay. This was the multi-step prediction. Okay. Objective function was let us do constraints later. Okay. So, what we will do in order to put it in standard form is we will take this equation and substitute it over here. Okay. So, when we substitute, so our yp is nothing but m y tilde plus s multiplied by delta u. This is what we are going to get is okay. I will just for simplicity I am going to just remove those brackets and subscripts. So, this we can collect the terms in delta u squared, we can collect the terms in delta u, ignore the constant part. Okay. So, if we were to look at this, this can be written as S delta u plus my tilde minus r, right, some kind of a square. Okay. Not correct, what I am writing is not exactly correct, your gamma y is there, but and it's a vector, it's not a scalar, right. So, you will have basically s square u square term, you will have my minus r squared term, and then you will have 2 multiplied by my minus r multiplied by s multiplied by u term, right. If this was a scalar, okay, au plus alpha squared is going to be a square u square plus alpha square plus 2 alpha au, right. Okay. We are just going to use that idea over here. Okay. So, I am just keep in mind your alpha is kind of like your s, your alpha is like my minus r, your a is like your s. Okay. So, accordingly we will write what happens when you have matrix stuff coming in. Okay. So, if you look at the delta u terms, you will have delta u transpose su transpose gamma y s delta u. Okay. That is what you will get. So, delta u transpose su transpose. Okay. So, that is basically this term, because there is a transpose, this term itself is going to get transposed, it is going to get multiplied by your gamma y, and it is going to then get multiplied by your s delta u. Okay. So, that is equivalent to your a square u square term. Okay. Plus 2 multiplied by, you will have my minus r transpose multiplied by y multiplied by s delta u. The other term is going to be delta u transpose s transpose gamma multiplied by m minus r. Okay. Because they are scalars, A transpose B is equal to B transpose A. Why? Because A and B are both n by 1 matrices. Okay. So, 1 by n multiplied by n by 1 matrix will be 1 by 1 scalar. If you have A transpose B or B transpose A, it is going to give you the same result. Why? Because it is a scalar. If it were a vector, no, it is not going to be the same result, but because it is a scalar, that is why you are getting the same result. Okay. So, you are going to get 2 multiplied by gamma y is there, and then you have su delta u. Okay. So, I will just erase this. Okay. Then this term is also there, so that you will have delta u transpose plus the term without delta u, which is just going to be my minus r transpose gamma y multiplied by my minus r. As we said in the previous class, last week's class, that a constant term does not change the minimum value that your delta u is going to get. Okay. So, this now is in your standard form. Okay. I will write it in the next page more clearly. Okay. This is in the standard form. Okay. This will give you a gradient is going to be okay, and your Hessian is going to be the question, why have we ignored the term without delta u, right. So, if you have a function f of x or f1 of x is ax square plus bx and f2 of x okay. I want you to tell me what is the value of x for which f1 is minimum or f2 is minimum. Okay. C does not matter only when you are interested in value of x. C matters for value of f, but this problem formulation we are not interested in value of f, we are only interested in value of x. Okay. So, that is why, or more appropriately I should have said u, right. Under the min operation CMU is obtained, and that is the reason why we are ignoring it. Yeah, I will erase this. Okay. So, there is one more very interesting thing. If you look at Hessian, it does not change with k. Okay. So, you start right now, you come back 15 days later, your Hessian is still the same. Okay. When it comes to your gradient, this part changes at each k. Okay. So, in most practical applications of MPC, the Hessian is pre-computed, okay, and the gamma y SU part of the gradient also is pre-computed, okay, and only the my minus r part is computed and then that multiplication is done. Okay. This is done in order to improve the speed of MPC. Okay. When it comes to your MATLAB implementation, you have a choice. You can pre-compute your Hessian or you need not. You have infinite amount of computational resource, not infinite, but you have a, compared to the problem statement, you have a large amount of computational resource at your disposal. Okay. So, the constraints are, you have the first one is input rate constraints, which means delta u should be less than or equal to delta u max, which can be written as delta u less than or equal to delta u max and minus delta u less than or equal to minus delta, or sorry, delta u min, okay, which is again minus delta u max. Okay. Yeah, this almost looks like an odd combination, right? If you are going to just multiply this equation with minus 1, your sign is reversed. Okay, what that means is, let us say your delta u max is 0.1. Okay, first one ensures that if your delta u is positive, if delta u is positive, if delta u is negative, is definitely less than 0.1. But if delta u is positive, it is below 0.1. What does the second one ensure? That if your delta u is negative, then it should be greater than 0.01, or sorry, greater than minus 0.1. Okay, that is what these two ensure. Okay, so these two are not the same, right? As he said, for those two equations to be the same, your greater than equal to sign has to be reversed. Okay, but if you want, you can keep it in this manner, and you can write this as so. Let us rewrite the constraint. First one is okay. Let us only look at u constraints. Similarly, you can talk about y constraints as well. Okay. What does this constraint mean? This constraint means delta u k less than equal to delta u max, delta u k plus 1 less than equal to delta u max, and so on up to delta u k plus m minus 1 less than equal to delta u max. So, these will be written as where I is an nu by nu matrix and there are m such elements. Okay. In the similar manner, you can write delta umk negative of that is less than or equal to delta u min negative of that, right. So, minus I okay. So, these are your rate constraints. What is your input constraints? Input constraints basically means uk less than or equal to u max, which is uk minus 1 plus delta uk less than or equal to u max, or delta uk is less than or equal to u max minus uk minus 1. That is the first constraint. Uk plus 1 less than or equal to u max is nothing but uk minus 1 plus delta uk plus delta u k plus 1 is less than or equal to u max. Okay. So, you take this on the other side and you have that is your other. So, let us, I hope you are seeing the pattern developing. You have uk plus delta u k plus 1 plus okay. So, all of these together we have to write it in okay. What is going to be the first row? First row is for this equation, identity 0 0 0 0. In scalar it is 1 0 0 0, in vectors it is I 0 0 0 on the first row, right. So, you have identity which is nu by nu 0, and 0 is also an nu by nu matrix, okay. What is this guy going to be? Identity 0 0 0 0. Okay. Likewise, what is going to be the last row? Identity m number of times. Okay. Last set of constraint is going to be uk or minus uk less than equal to delta u min, which is negative of uk minus 1 plus Okay. So, minus u min plus uk minus 1 is less than delta uk. Okay. So, what you are going to have is just negative of this guy less than or equal to negative of delta u min minus uk minus 1. So, this can be written as delta u min minus uk minus 1. Finally, you have your optimization. Okay, if you do help quad prog in MATLAB, it will tell you that quad prog solves minimum this is the problem that solves, okay, which again immediately you will realize you had delta u h delta u plus 2 times g transpose x. Again, if you note, the minimum value of x that solves f of x equal to ax square plus bx, or f of x equal to 2ax square plus 2bx, or f of x equal to 3ax square plus 3bx is all the same result. Okay. So, this is exactly in the same form that we had put the previous one. Okay. Okay. So, your C matrices and C vectors are obtained through these constraints that we have just developed. Your Hessian is obtained over here and your gradient is obtained over here, which is in green. Okay. That completes the problem formulation.